Following back-to-back #1 picks in the WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever are solidly in the playoff mix. All that remains is to determine where the Fever will be seated. They'll most certainly finish in the bottom half of the playoff rankings, and former WNBA great Sue Bird believes Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are a big reason why the Fever might be dangerous in the postseason. These two are tearing up the league, causing even Sue Bird, yes, the Sue Bird, someone who played years alongside Diana Taurasi, Clark's nemesis, to hype her up. What I've learned in my experience is pace of play trumps physicality, it trumps size, it can trump experience, according to Sue Bird. What I see in Caitlin Clark, what I see in Kelsey Mitchell, they're just ramming it down people's throats. The Fever are currently the 7th seed in the WNBA rankings, with a 13-15 record. They're only 1.5 games back of the Phoenix Mercury for the 6th seed. They are 1.5 games ahead of the Chicago Sky, who are in 8th place. The Fever will most certainly finish somewhere between 6 and 8. The Fever have a reputation for playing at a quick tempo, thanks to two guards, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, who excel at pushing the pace. Sue Bird may be correct in that they might pose a threat to a better-seeded team in the first round. The Fever last made the WNBA playoffs in 2016. That year, they fell in the first round against the Phoenix Mercury, when the first round was still single elimination. But with Caitlin Clark in town, there is new hope in Feverland. Clark is now competing alongside Chicago Sky rookie Angel Reese for the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year award. However, Clark may have a big advantage right now, especially due to her breaking record after record every week. Clark, the #1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, has developed good connection not just with backcourt partner Kelsey Mitchell, as Bird noted, but also with 2023 #1 overall pick Aaliyah Boston. Clark has averaged 17.8 points, 5.8 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and 1.4 steals in 28 games, shooting 41.2% from the field, 32.8% from three, and 89.3% from the free throw line. She was named an All-Star this season. Aside from her on-court performance, Clark has helped bring in a new era for the WNBA, with more focus and coverage. And recently, there has been a lot of discussion regarding the on-court chemistry between Indiana Fever players Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. Since June 13th, Boston has turned a turnaround, producing effective performances. If the counter-argument is that the schedule has lessened, Boston produced another outstanding performance in the Fever's victory over the WNBA's top team, the New York Liberty, before the break. Clark recorded the first-ever WNBA rookie triple-double that day. Boston received 4 of the point guard's assists. This is not unusual, but Clark has assisted on 53 of Boston's 79 field goals this season, and 17 occurred in the first 13 games, but 36 were served when the Fever won 6 of their last 9 before the break. So, what is the cause? Did this connection just require time? Inherently, yes. The Clark-Boston pick-and-roll has only lately been a successful option, with opponents blitzing Clark less frequently. Back in May, it appeared like the majority of Boston's plays came late in the shot clock, hastening the sophomore slump for the 2023 Rookie of the Year. Clark and Boston are now prospering, and so has their bond as off-court teammates. "She's such a positive light in our locker room," Clark said of Boston after practice. "She's been somebody that's been really helpful throughout my rookie year, obviously having gone through it just a year ago. I think you can tell our chemistry is really coming along. A lot of that has been developed through games, so the more practice we get together, only the better it's gonna get." Clark stated that Boston is someone who will always have your back. That is how the series of funny and faithful encounters between them came about. Back on June 19th, the Fever defeated the Washington Mystics. Clark was questioned about making excellent throws routinely late in games. Her thoughts went blank after recounting an incident in which her pass to Boston was taken. Boston stepped in, praised her abilities, and assured them that everything was okay. Clark thanked her. Clark answered all post-game questions 3 minutes into her press conference in Seattle weeks ago. She then pushed and, in some cases, insisted that reporters interrogate Boston. On that day, Clark was modestly discussing her triple-double, not sure how to reply. So Boston stepped in and told the gathering of reporters how modest Caitlin is, jokingly saying the milestone was pretty cool and great job, sister. Then, the other day, Boston shared a humorous workout vlog on TikTok featuring her, Clark, and Katie Lou Samuelson. Samuelson joined the swarm of media following a practice at Gainbridge Fieldhouse and asked Clark whether she expected to see more TikToks from Boston. Clark joked that it remains to be seen and that she can't reveal all her secrets. The occurrences continue. Before speaking with the media, the players engage in the Fever's half-court shooting challenge to wrap up practice. Damiris Dantas was the first to succeed, and Clark followed suit later. "You've already taken 6 shots," Boston remarked immediately after she missed. Whether the Clark-Boston pick-and-roll continues to improve throughout the season, or the Fever can sustain this winning stretch and make the playoffs, it's heartening to watch the back-to-back #1 picks working so well together. Aaliyah Boston has not always been accustomed to the pick-and-roll strategy and has had to adjust. Caitlin Clark, too, is transitioning to playing at this level. Rather than being divisive, there are plenty of options. Them having to adjust to each other's games, the hard 11-game 20-day gauntlet to start the season with only 2 victories. Clark frequently taking the media limelight on the road, and everything else. It has strengthened their bond. It's matched with the duo appearing more calm and confident on and off the court. It is best exemplified by their recently unleashed and improved transition offense. "She's a great voice," Clark added. "She's always there whether things are great or whether things aren't as great. She's just a very consistent person in our locker room. I'm really thankful for her." And so should we, because Boston is helping her set records almost every week. And if Caitlin Clark appears to be establishing WNBA or rookie records every game, it's probably because she is. The Indiana Fever standout just broke the rookie record most assists in a season, surpassing Ticha Penicheiro's previous mark set in 1998 with her 225th assist. That accomplishment came in a statement victory over the Seattle Storm. Here's a look at some of the other milestones Clark has achieved this season, beginning with more dimes. Assists in a game. Clark dished out 19 assists in a loss to the Dallas Wings on July 17th. That surpassed Courtney Vandersloot's 18 converted passes in 2020. Caitlin currently holds the record for the most rookie assists in a season and the most assists in a single game among WNBA players. If she averages 7 assists the rest of the season, she would surpass Connecticut Sun star Alyssa Thomas for the most overall assists by any player in a single season. Clark now leads the league with an 8 3-point-per-game average. She's already shattered the Fever franchise record for assists in a season. Most combined points scored or assists. Clark scored 73% of the Fever's total points in that game versus the Wings, the largest proportion of a team's offense ever recorded by an individual player. Her current averages of 17.8 points and 8.3 assists would be unmatched in combination if she can maintain them for the rest of the season. Clark also recorded the highest points and assists ever in a 2-game period, with 53 points and 29 assists between the game against Dallas and the win against the Phoenix Mercury following the Olympics break. She presently leads the league in overall points scored or assists, having already surpassed any rookie in history. Fastest player to 400 points and 200 assists. It should come as no surprise given the above that Clark was also the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 400 points and 200 assists, passing Sue Bird. She completed it in 26 games. It took Bird 33. First rookie triple-double. Clark did something no first-year player had ever done before against the New York Liberty on July 6th. Clark had 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists in a Fever victory, becoming the first rookie in WNBA history to achieve a triple-double. Historic stat line. Clark put up numbers never before seen in the WNBA or NBA during a contest against the Washington Mystics on July 10th. Caitlin ended with 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 three-pointers, 5 blocked shots, and 3 steals. Those numbers had never been compiled in either professional basketball league. Most rookie points, assists, double-doubles. Clark has recorded more total double-doubles than any rookie guard in league history, and has registered more points and assists double-doubles than any first-year player ever has as well. Most All-Star votes? Clark got almost 700,000 All-Star votes, the most of any athlete in history, thanks in part to her basketball ability. She equaled the record for most assists in the exhibition with 10. If all of this seems like a broken record, you might want to grow accustomed to it. Clark's career will be filled with WNBA and basketball history, which is already confirmed.